Wow, I have been playing Tears of the Kingdom and it's kind of blowing my socks off. The things you can do in this game are crazy.
That is crazy.
And it's such a huge game, I want to share some of my impressions and thoughts so far. I really like that from the very start you get a sense of just how powerful and scary the villain is this time. And Link looks all ragged and like he's really gone through some shit. I don't think I've seen Link so messed up before in any Zelda, and that's kind of exciting. You start on some islands in the sky and it's incredibly atmospheric. To be honest, I was worried that the Switch's hardware was going out of date and it wouldn't be able to handle a game of this scale, after the latest Pokemon played so poorly. But this is fantastic. I like the graphics and the style. They're not the same level of fidelity as other big games elsewhere. Yeah. But it runs great, and it's more jaw-dropping discovering what you can actually do in this world.
This is a huge discovery!
Gameplay is king with Tears of the Kingdom. Hey, I'm trying to grow the channel, I'm trying to reach 10,000 subs, so any likes or subs would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. So there's a few new gadgets to play with, and I think what has me impressed the most is the ability to fuse different objects in the world together to create new things. The whole world is littered with different things to fuse together, and as I've been playing I've been discovering new objects to make use of, and I'll get all these ideas in my head of what I could use these new objects for. Started out with little makeshift boats, cars, hot air balloons. At one point I accidentally made a skateboard by shrinking and fusing a minecart onto my shield. My mind was blown. Thing is, you're never actually taught how to make a skateboard, but you can even grind rails with it. The developers must have programmed this feature in, knowing that not everyone might discover this. I love the design philosophy behind Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, you get very basic tutorials, but after that it's up to you to discover things. There's loads of little challenge shrines that put your building and puzzle skills to the test. But what's really interesting is there's no one set way to complete these shrines. Different players will come up with different solutions to tackle the puzzles. I'm rewarded for being creative, and there's a strong sense of achievement for overcoming these challenges because I did it my way. While in Dark Souls I get a strong sense of achievement for overcoming a tough boss. With Tears of the Kingdom I'm getting a similar feeling, but from the puzzles and being creative. I've come a long way, from that noob in Ocarina of Time who couldn't even figure out you had to jump down really hard on that spider web in the first dungeon, to here I am building cars and hoverboats. There's still a bit of trial and error with the puzzles. It can be a little bit of effort when I need to rebuild things, but I'm still really enjoying it at the moment. I'm really looking forward to discovering what else is in this crazy game later on, and what I'll potentially be able to create. Back when I was still playing Link's Awakening Deluxe on my Game Boy, if you told me about Tears of the Kingdom, I just would not believe you. I would never have imagined a Zelda like this in 2023. It's so different but amazing. Because Zelda has gone in such a new direction, I wonder if in the future we'll see communities of players longing for that older style of Zelda games. It'll be interesting to see where the Zelda series goes from here. I know a lot of people who aren't interested and just think Tears of the Kingdom is just some overpriced DLC or expansion to Breath of the Wild, and I cannot stress enough, this Zelda is the real deal. Yes, it's kind of the same location as Breath of the Wild, but the developers have massively built upon the original. The world has completely changed, and there's an underground and an above ground layer in the sky. Not even factoring in all the crazy new mechanics, it's already a completely different experience. It's fantastic so far. So I did love Breath of the Wild, but what seemed to be a universal criticism with that was the dungeons. Now I'm not ready to talk about dungeons, but another criticism was the item durability system. You'd find all this useful equipment and it would very quickly break after a few uses. After I finished Breath of the Wild, Nintendo put in a patch that reduced the rate of durability loss, but even then it was still criticised. Now, that durability system returns in Tears of the Kingdom, but it seems when you fuse objects like stones to your weapons, it extends or refreshes the durability, so at the very least it's a bit better here. I can understand that equipment needs to break to keep gameplay fresh, but in early Breath of the Wild I found stuff broke too fast, and I'd be scared to use all my best weapons and just never end up using them. But like I said, there's definitely an improvement here. I don't really enjoy those modern generic open world games with activities to check off all over a map. I much prefer how it works in Zelda. Get a good vantage point and look around. If I see anything interesting, I'll mark those things on my map to check out later. Zelda is a pretty chill open world, and I just enjoyed taking my time, wandering the world and discovering things. Sometimes my discoveries lead to my death, and it's all fun. I've mostly just been exploring the world and doing all the side stuff. I haven't focused the story so much, but I'm loving it already. You might have noticed in some of my clips my controller keeps steering left. It looks like it's developing that drift stick problem. I hope I can fix it. I really don't want to fork out for another controller, but I will be talking more about this game. I am hooked. For me, I think it comes down to that sense of discovery, creativity, and accomplishment. I want to know, have you guys picked up Tears of the Kingdom, and are you enjoying it? But peace for now.